Hey, what's up, guys? So if you are looking to install the quad lock, let's see, wireless connector and charger with the dampener on your Himalayan 450 Royal Enfield, right? Then you are in luck. This is a great little guide that I'm going to make for you because I just didn't find anything out there that was very specific for this bike. But I just want to promise you that this genuinely is actually a very easy process with this particular model and make. Now, if you are unfamiliar with the Himalayan 450, this video may not be very helpful for you, but it will be if you own this bike. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so to begin with, you can wire up the wireless charger through the little port here. So if you go through quad lock, you get two options. You can get one that's the wireless charger that just comes with a USB connector that you can connect into an existing one, or if you are looking for one that's more wired. I was looking for one that was actually wired, and you get this big long wire that comes through it. And I wanted to be able to keep this USB Type-C connector open just in case I needed it for anything. Okay, yeah, so let's go ahead and do this. So if you have a Himalayan 450, Royal Enfield actually did something really incredible. They left an empty auxiliary wiring port right here on your bike that you can then wire anything into. Now, I think ideally the idea was like something like this, or like a sat nav, or whatever you wanted to be able to wire in some auxiliary power to. You'd be able to do that through this bike. So anyway, I'll show you where this port is down here. And so most people on YouTube, what they'll tell you to do is to take the entire tank off. I'm gonna go ahead and recommend that you don't do that. That's actually gonna save you a ton of time, effort, and pain. Because simply this, I actually found if you just turn your handlebars fully to the right, that if you actually look in here, get some power here going, or some light here going. If you actually look in here and you see that little red connector, that is that auxiliary power. Now it comes with two pieces. One is the female end, and the one that is wired on your bike with nothing's in it comes in as the male end, right? Now, this is not like just a very small, nothing little section. I can reach my whole hand up in here, right? That is not a small area to be playing with electronics. I'm touching it, you just can't see it right now. But it is very easy to get at. Very easy, in fact. So easy that I did not take off the tank, and it was actually not a hassle whatsoever. Now, I did have some tools that were very helpful for this particular use. Number one, when you get the wired quad lock, these are the ends that come with it, just kind of these bare wires. I do recommend that if you trim this down, which I did quite a lot. I even have a lot of slack left on that thing. But what I did is I trimmed this down, and then you're going to want to leave a lot of extra kind of wire left over, so don't just leave like this much, next to your sheath up to here. You're generally going to want, something like that, because it does have to go all the way through that connector. Okay, once you get that into that connector and getting that connector out is probably the most important thing for me to talk about right now. There's a little tab that I had to depress here. You just use something like this, depress the tab, right? And then you can use some needle nose pliers to pull the tab out, and you'll pull out the female end that isn't wired, so that way you can wire it, right? So you'll plug that in, you'll run these through into it. Pay attention to the male end of that auxiliary port. One of them is black wire, the other one was like a yellow-green wire on my bike. Obviously yellow-green in this case is going to be the power, so red would go to yellow-green, and the black is going to go to the black. Okay, so make sure as you pull it out, you know which one's going to be which. I just marked it with like a plus and a minus, so that way, if I was messing around or dinking around with it, I'd remember. So you'll put these through, and then they're just really loose, right? So you kind of have to put something in them to stabilize them. I went ahead and used some hot glue. Very simple, right? Just a little bit of hot glue, made sure that the wires were, kind of in place. And then I kind of used this to kind of spread out the wires inside the connector to make sure it was really nice and flush. And then I just plugged it back in, right? Now, when you plug it back in, I wasn't getting power initially, and I was like, what is going on? Come to find out, I just hadn't plugged it all the way in, right? I thought I had it, but I didn't have it all the way. So really genuinely make sure, double check, triple check that you're, use something like this to like shove it all the way until you hear a very satisfying click, and then hell, give it a little more juice, you know what I mean? Okay, after that, that's pretty much it. When I turn the bike on, you turn it on with the key, right? But then you won't see anything here until you actually fire it up. Once you fire it up, you'll see it turn red. Once it turns red, you know you're in good shape. You can plug your phone on it, and it should start charging right away. Anyway, that's it for you guys. If you have any questions, if I'm around, I'll answer them. And if not, maybe somebody else can answer them if they look through this stuff. So yeah, not too crazy. It's not a very hard thing to do. I just ran it through here. And again, like I said, I still got a lot of slack here. So lots of room to kind of play with things. And I'll probably add some zip ties to make sure things are kind of flush-ish, make it look semi-professional, not even professional, novicely professional. Yeah, make it look like somebody got paid to do it, but they're not skilled enough to do it. You know what I mean? An intern. Make it look like an intern did it. Okay, thanks guys. If you have any questions or suggestions about this video, I'd love to hear them. Feel free to comment down below. If you like the video, don't do anything. If you disliked it, yeah, don't do anything. Don't hit thumbs up, don't hit thumbs down. Just have a great day, you know? God bless you guys. Take it easy.